WikiLeaks.
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 The whistleblowing group WikiLeaks.
WikiLeaks is causing waves in Washington and around the world again.
Julian, in a nutshell, what is WikiLeaks?
WikiLeaks is an international public service that helps whistleblowers and journalists get suppressed material out to the public.
WikiLeaks went online in 2006, and since it has leaked over 1 million classified documents. They have released a wide range of embarrassing or revealing material, from secret military files to documents from the Church of Scientology. WikiLeaks has ruffled some feathers before, especially with the release of a video they entitled Collateral Murder, depicting what WikiLeaks said was the indiscriminate slaying of over a dozen people in the Iraqi suburb of New Baghdad, including 2 Reuters news staff. The events leading up to the 2007 incident are wishy-washy, but the site caught a lot of flack for exposing material that was deemed anti-productive by the US military. The proverbial shit hit the fan after WikiLeaks began releasing US embassy cables.
The secret documents keep tumbling out of WikiLeaks onto the web and newspaper front pages.
Battlefield consequences of the release of these documents are potentially severe and dangerous for our troops, our allies, and Afghan partners, and may well damage our relationships and reputation in that key part of the world.
The cables, which look like this, reveal sometimes embarrassing facts about diplomatic relations, along with sensitive intelligence. The backlash against the release of the documents has been tremendous.
The United States strongly condemns the illegal disclosure of classified information. It puts people's lives in danger, threatens our national security, and undermines our efforts to work with other countries to solve shared problems.
Threats of prosecution have abounded.
I think it's the most serious violation of the Espionage Act in our history, in the consequences globally that have occurred. So I hope we're soon going to hear from the Attorney General that Mr. Assange is under indictment and that he comes before an American court.
But such ideas have held little water. The Washington Post and the Denver Post both wrote editorials against the prosecution of WikiLeaks, saying that such efforts will be ultimately fruitless and hurt the freedom of speech. The face of WikiLeaks is an Australian expatriate living in Europe named Julian Assange. A mysterious gentleman, Assange is WikiLeaks' primary spokesman and defender. After the initial release of the cables, Assange became a wanted man, but not for his involvement in the leaks, but for alleged sexual misconduct in Sweden. More precisely, raping a woman without a condom.
The 39-year-old Australian computer hacker is wanted in Sweden for accusations of rape and sexual molestation made by 2 women in August, detailed in this 68-page court document obtained by NBC News. Assange adamantly denies the allegations, and his attorney insists the investigation is dirty tricks.
Some have questioned whether his arrest was politically motivated. Protests focusing on freeing Assange have popped up in places like Spain and Latin America, and self-described internet hacktivists like the group Anonymous have engaged in cyber warfare against companies considered unfriendly to WikiLeaks.
Experts say a group of unknown online activists operating under the name Anonymous are coordinating so-called denial-of-service attacks against companies who've stopped processing donations to WikiLeaks. Visa is one of those companies. On a Twitter page called Operation Payback, associated with Anonymous, one tweet says, "We are attacking www.visa.com in an hour. Get your weapons ready." The weapon isn't hacking, but simply flooding a website with computers trying to access it all at once.
The WikiLeaks commotion is particularly important to journalists because unprosecuted access to leaked documents and using undisclosed sources is part of the job. It bases itself in First Amendment arguments over freedom of the press and the public's right to information. It could be that protests are erupting in Assange's defense because he has been painted as a political prisoner / poster boy for the free dissemination of information, rape charges notwithstanding. WikiLeaks espouses itself as a new model for journalism, where transparency is the key and information should be properly scrutinized. It also recognizes itself as a tool for journalists to acquire otherwise unobtainable secret documents. It is questionable, however, if the information leaked by WikiLeaks is as valuable as they would have you believe.
The substance, the content of these documents is not particularly new or illuminating. It points to issues that we've identified as being problem areas for months, if not years.
It could also be argued that some of the leaked documents are decidedly subversive and biased. Whatever anyone thinks about WikiLeaks, they're not going away. They've set up hundreds of mirror sites, making it impossible to take them off the internet. They also set up a portion of their servers in the Pionen White Mountains data center in Sweden, which is basically a fortified underground cave. Leaks are important to the fabric of journalism. A lot of important public information is revealed through leaks. Sometimes, a leak may reveal questionable information, but does not accurately depict the events of a situation. And sometimes, a leak can put lives in danger. It is important that journalists tread lightly when covering anything released by WikiLeaks. It is also important to ponder, is WikiLeaks good journalism? Well, is it?